Welcome to Calming the Chaos, where I help you find peace in a chaotic world. I'm Tracy Cannella, licensed mental health counselor who talks about chaos from a mental health perspective. And I give you self-help resources you can use to calm your chaos in any situation in this world. Isn't this fun? It's not a substitute for counseling or psychotherapy, but just a lot of helpful hints and tools. So if you're on board, feel free to tune in. And now, let the chaos begin. Well, hello. It has been a while since I have connected with my YouTube and podcasting audience. In fact, it's been since January since I released the last podcast interview that I did on being stuck. And then a curious thing happened. I kind of got stuck. There were a couple of things that happened right after I released that interview. And it was all good chaos, I think I would like to say. Some of it was happy, some of it was sad, but overall, really good, very chaotic. As you know, our world is going through chaos right now. Chaos meaning complete disorder, things that are coming out suddenly and without warning and scary, like weather systems, political systems, solar systems, planets aligning. All of this stuff that's going on right now is a little bit much. So what I thought I would do is I would give you some of my good chaos. I took in the past couple of months, I took 2 trips down to California. They were short trips. One of them was by car. I took my own automobile down to the Bay Area to visit my mom and was able to connect with some family members and my sister and my niece. And so, but lots of ups and downs, right? Because you're going up and down the mountain passes, and from Washington to California, Bay Area is going to be at least a 13-hour drive. And I drove right through on the way down. And, love visiting with my mom and seeing family members. Unfortunately, we don't tend to get together nearly as much as I'd like to, but it was good chaos, right? I'm on the road. There's trucks, there's all kinds of different weather systems and beautiful pictures like this one of Mount Lassen. Yes, I took this picture when I was driving, which I shouldn't have been, but it was just so beautiful. So I love Mount Lassen, and that was on my way down to California in early February. And then I had to go to a conference or a symposium for the International Association of Eating Disorders Professionals, IADEP, of which I'm a member. I'm also a certified eating disorder specialist supervisor through IADEP. And so I'm expected to attend these conferences once every 4 years, and they're held on the East Coast, they're held on the West Coast, and they shift apart back and forth every year. And this year was my last year to go on the West Coast before timing out. So I booked my flight to Palm Desert, and I booked my hotel at the JW Marriott in Palm Desert. That's where the symposium was supposed to be held. So I thought, just in this, there was so many stories of chaos, good stories, good chaos, some fun. And I thought that might be a little bit of a switch from what people are talking about happening in the world today. These things can happen. These short trips can happen. I left on a Wednesday, and I stayed Wednesday night, Thursday night, and Friday night, and I left on Saturday. So in that short of a time, I had so many stories to tell you and some things to share, and all good chaos, and a hotel room tour. So join me now for a short plane ride to Palm Desert, California, where I got into some adventures, and it was kind of interesting. So I'll tell you some stories along the way. Welcome to Palm Desert, a JW Marriott resort and spa in Palm Desert, California. So I got in there last night. Oh my gosh, it was so warm, like 80 degrees at 8 o'clock at night. It was so nice. And, I had a great time calling the Uber driver and had to download the app because I'd just gotten a new phone. But hey, after a little bit of chaos, figuring out where to meet him, where to look for a white Hyundai, I was able to get to the Desert Springs last night. And it was still light outside and 80 degrees. I just couldn't believe it. So here we are at the front of the Marriott where we have the Babbling Brook or waterfall. There's lots of waterfalls that you'll see here at this hotel. This one is quite lovely. Once I got to the hotel and I was just so hungry. It's 8 o'clock. I had packed some snacks. I had eaten most of them, but I was hungry for like a meal and a drink. And so I just wanted a nice glass of wine, a meal, and to go back up to my hotel room. And so I go to restaurant number one. Restaurant number one says we are short-staffed, so sit at the bar and we'll get you something to eat. Bartender was there. He was hanging out, doing his thing. And it was like I was invisible. There was only 2 other people at the bar. They said that they served food there. I waited probably about 7 minutes. Okay, I guess I wasn't at my most patient, but when you're hangry, you get kind of angry and impatient. So I left that place. So that was restaurant number one. Restaurant number two only serves sushi and California rolls. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, can't I just get something that's a little bit more substantial? And finally, I figured on something to eat, and it was the cheapest thing on the menu. And it was probably about $35 for a California roll. I am not kidding you. It was $16 for a glass of the cheapest wine. So I ordered it, and then I started remembering this place because I'd been to this place before at other symposiums. I remember this place called the Fisherman's, and it was somewhere in the hotel. And so I asked the lady I just ordered from, I said, hey, can you tell me where the Fisherman's is? And she says, oh, it's just right up there and over there and up a floor. And I thought, oh, of course I couldn't get lost in that short of a distance, which of course I did. I said, cancel my order. I'm going to the Fisherman's because I remember it being a little bit more reasonably priced. And so I go up and I'm floundering all around trying to find the Fisherman's and finding pretty much everything but the Fisherman's, including a long line at the Starbucks, by the way, at 8 o'clock at night. Go figure. So I find the Fisherman's and they say, it's pretty open here. And so you can sit wherever you want, at a booth, at a table, or at the bar. I said, you know what? I usually get faster service at the bar. So I sat myself down at the bar. And this dude, I'm telling you what, California is man bun city. California is not a city. I understand that. But everything in California I saw so far, I saw so many man buns in California, and not the kind that you sit on either. It's the kind that you pull back in your head, and they looked super cool. But this guy's man bun was the best man bun I had ever seen because he had everything shaved on his head up there, up until a point, and then he had all long hair, but pulled up into this elaborate, I can't even explain how elaborate it was, elaborate bun. And I wish I would have taken a picture of him, but that would have been rude. I've done it before. I've taken a picture of a lady's leg in the grocery outlet who had a tattoo with Dwight Shrute on it. And yeah, here's a picture of that tattoo. Isn't it great? Oh my goodness. All right. So anyway, I'm here at the Fisherman's, and a glass of Chardonnay isn't $16, but it's probably around $11.50. And I said, fine, I'll take a glass of Chardonnay. And the cheapest thing on the menu was this taco that was like $25. I was like, oh man. So I ordered it. I ordered the taco. I drank my Chardonnay. I knew I was still going to be hungry after that. So I asked this bartender, I said, so is there a grocery store nearby? I was trying to find one on my phone, but I'm not familiar with the area. And he says, yeah, there's the Ralph's down there. And I said, is it within walking distance? Because I I really need to probably go do some grocery shopping because the prices here are outrageously high. No offense, you know, and none taken. But he said, yeah, well, it's a little bit of a path out of the driveway here, the hotel, but I'll give you, you know, some directions. All you have to do is go, it's pretty well lit, and by this time it was dark, pretty well lit, and then you take a right, and then it's there on your left, and it's not that far. And I said, okay. So by this time, it's like 9:30 at night, and, you know, I don't know what kind of people are meandering around Palm Desert at 9:30 at night on I guess it was a Wednesday night. But here I am in these dress shoes. Yes, these shoes. These shoes that I wear for, you know, traveling, and they're just like little slip-ons. I said, you know what? I'm not even going back to my room. I went and I set off on this journey down the property, and in the dark. It was pretty dark. I'm going to show you how it looked in the light right now, but I did this in the dark. And I'll tell you a little bit more about my trip to Ralph's, which was the grocery store that I went to. So I've got this is the entrance to the hotel that I'm going to walk down to go to there's a Ralph's grocery store and also a Rite Aid. I'm planning to pick up some wine and possibly some water. They gave you 2 little bottles in the room. Yeah, so it's very palmy here. Palmy. That's how beautiful the golf course is. I'm not sure which hole this is. There's some dudes out there. This is a nice little pondy area. Still, this is at the end of the driveway. This is how far I've come on my walk here. Ooh. It's a pretty long driveway. It's about a mile to the Ralph's / Rite Aid. There's some golfers doing their golfing thing. Again, this really beautiful, I don't know what you call it, like brook-like thing. And this is how much further I have left to go, and then I turn right, go down that street a little bit, and the Ralph's and the Rite Aid is on the left. And so is the Rockwood Grill, which apparently I'm supposed to go to dinner at tonight, so I will be going back that route, unless they tell me there is a shorter route, in which I will think, that's typical. I was going the long way the whole time, which is kind of a metaphor for my life when you think about it. Alright, this is my savior, Ralph's Market and Rite Aid. Coming right up. Doesn't take very long to get here. And then over here is the restaurant I'm supposed to be coming to tonight. They're going to, oh no, it's a steakhouse. It's a steakhouse. You see, it's right in there, the shopping center here. I'm telling you what, it is so expensive. Across the street here. It is so expensive to get any food or drinks at that JW Marriott. It's a lovely place to stay, don't get me wrong. It's just, damn. I'm glad I'm getting a free meal here tonight. This is, I'll get a better picture of the sign. Sorry for the jostling camera. It's kind of a cool looking place. And it's a steakhouse. It's called Morton's. Morton's. Oh, it's the steakhouse. Please do not let me misquote you. Morton's, the steakhouse. And then this is the Ralph's and the Rite Aid. I will not bore you with my trip in there. I'm just gonna go get some wine, some water, and some stuff for the room because, again, as I say, it's so expensive to get a meal there. And I'll have lunches and dinners covered for, I'll have dinner covered for tonight. I need a lunch for today, And I have lunch and dinner covered for tomorrow, so I really won't need anything. And I have lunch covered on Saturday right before I leave. So anyway, yeah. You watch this video, you're going places. I ran into a couple of friends. They're not being mean. Just hanging out. My brother got bitten by a goose one time, and so I'm kind of afraid to get close to him, but this is where they like to hang out. I don't see any ducks. Oh, there's a little duck. Oh, maybe you can't see him. Anyway, I'm walking back to my room after going to the Rite Aid. Oh, there he is, see? And the Ralphs. And wouldn't you know it, I think I got enough food to last for today. And enough wine to last for a little bit. Without having to pay. I think I paid maybe 30 bucks for all of it. Oh my gosh. And they're charging like $16 for a glass of wine here. It's ridiculous. Anyway, that's what we're dealing with in inflationary times, I guess. And in our brave, bold new world. Gosh, it is absolutely gorgeous here. It is warm. It is perfect temperature. I probably, if I wasn't carrying this big old box of wine, it probably would be very comfortable, but slightly uncomfortable, but just about get comfortable. Oh my gosh, walking that walk last night was insane in the dark. I cannot even imagine doing that now. It was so much easier, like being able to see things. So the next day was Thursday, and I thought that the conference was going to start that day. And so I went downstairs, and there was nobody there. And there was no announcements. There was no signs. So I'm asking around these people, and some of them understood what I was trying to say. And one person was very helpful. They said, "Your conference doesn't start till tomorrow," which was Friday. I had gotten there a day early. And you know what? At first I was kind of pissed because, I have to pay for an extra stay in this hotel that was pretty expensive. But then I started thinking about it in a different way. Like, you know what? You get a chance to just kind of lay around by the pool if you want, go on a walk if you want, explore the grounds. And so I did just that. And in these videos that are coming up, I'll show you a little bit about what I experienced and what I did. This is the back of the hotel, right after I checked in for the conference and got my name badge. And I must say that my name badge did not have my credentials on it. It had licensed mental health counselor, but not my certification. So I was a little bit upset about that. But then, how hard is it to get over being upset when you're in an environment like this? Gosh, this is the pond that kind of goes in between the pond and the pool area, and there's a restaurant there. That was a restaurant that I tried to go to the other night. And this is another view of that, but inside of the actual hotel, there's gondola rides. It's just like, if it couldn't get any more fancier, right? I'll tell you, so there's a couple of fountains and swans, I believe, floating around in the water out there. And it's absolutely gorgeous outside. And this is the view of the backside of the hotel again, and where I go in and where people apparently sail out and swans swim around. So yeah, funny story though. When I got in this morning, I was reaching for my hairspray, and it was not hairspray. It was mousse. I had got this travel size hairspray, and it was actually mousse. Well, anyway, So I had to go to one of those really spendy shops and spend $11 on a small thing of hairspray. So I think I'm going to be heading up to the store later on so that I can get some reasonably priced hairspray. So anyway, there's a really neat path going from the hotel to the pool area, and there are 3 pools. That one looks pretty noisy because it has little kids, and I'm not really sure what the other pools have. Like maybe there's an adult pool or something like that, but I'm planning on, since the conference isn't starting until tomorrow, Friday, I'm planning on going poolside today and exploring around the hotel. I don't think I'm going to be playing putt-putt golf. I have a little bit of trauma surrounding putt-putt golf. Just ironic because there's a hole on the putt-putt golf course that's right by my balcony. So anyway, I am just showing you the sights and how beautiful it is here in Palm Desert. It's kind of interesting that we have like a gondola inside of the hotel that you can mount. Then I think they probably pull those windows or doors up and you have to just... I've never seen anybody ride in one. Of course, I've only been here a day, but it is looking pretty cool. The only other gondola ride I've ever seen is in the Venetian in Las Vegas, and actually went on one of those rides with a singing Italian guy singing all these Italian tunes like L'Amore. And I don't know what they do with the gondola rides here, but anyway, this is the hotel lobby, and I'm debating on whether to just climb down the stairs and see what's up. But the hotel lobby has the sushi bar that I was at last night and placed an order, but then I figured I would not place that order. It was way too expensive, and I needed something cheaper and quicker. I'll do the full hotel room tour later, but for now this is like my balcony area, which faces the putt-putt golf course. Looks pretty fun. I wonder if they charge an arm and a leg to play putt-putt golf too, as they do for everything else here. Do I sound a little bit bitter about the economy? I don't want to be. I want to be like a palm tree, just kind of floating around enjoying life. But anyways, and this is a great little view from my balcony. Plus we can spy on people. Spy on people when they're doing naughty things at night with bottles and condoms. That happened to us one time in Scottsdale. That's why I say it. This couple was like on like a adjacent balcony like that, and they were just going at it, and then the next day we woke up and saw like 2 wine bottles on the little table. It was good times. All right, so I'm like halfway through my lunch, and I've got avocado, pepper jack cheese, which I love, and crackers, plus this yummy pesto pasta salad. Awesome book that my mom gave me. I started reading on the plane, and it's so good. I'm very hooked. All right, they were right behind me. It's too lazy. Yeah, man, why not? You know, you might need it though. It's kind of hot out here. Okay, so yes, there's clearly marked. Tracy did not see fresh towels. Okay. Well, this is really super cool. I think I'm gonna find a place and come back out. And come back out I did. And I did find a quiet space where I could read my book and lay in the sun, but oh my gosh, I can't believe I asked a random stranger where the towels were, and they were right behind me. That is typical Tracy. So here's a closer up view of the swans. They are kept on their side. Ooh, wow. Yeah, these ones are neat because they bob up and down like buffleheads, but I don't think they're buffleheads because they've got these... You can see the legs in one of these pictures here.
I'm trying to catch them, but the legs are these bright green legs, and or fins or whatever. They're green. See them? Oh my gosh, it was just a little bit of a shot. So, but they are so cool, and they keep to themselves. There they are. Look at them green legs. Woohoo! Go, 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 go. But don't come over to my pool, okay? Because we don't want to get the bird flu, and have more chaos. Oh my gosh. Look at all the ducks. And this is the bridge crossing over to the pool and some other sites. Oh my gosh, me trying to take selfies is not a great idea. And on a good day, look at that.
One thing I will say about the conference that was super cool was on the last day I was there, I went into this counseling class, and it was about using humor in psychotherapy. And so I walked in there a little bit late and found a seat and settled in, and there was a man and a woman at the front, and they were doing a slide show presentation on humor. And the man was talking, and he kept referring to Chris. Well, when Chris would do that, we would know that he was using humor to mask some sadness, or maybe he was using humor because he didn't know what else to do. And he kept saying Chris and Chris, and I was like, who is this Chris person? So I looked at my little computerized schedule and saw that the man speaker's name was Tom Farley. And I said, oh, Chris Farley, he's a relative. So of course I grabbed my phone up really quick and I looked him up. Tom Farley is Chris Farley's brother. And I thought this was so cool that, we had him tell stories about Chris and about the importance of using humor in counseling and then therapy, but also in our lives. Sometimes we use it to mask, some other things that we really don't want the public to hear. We joke around when we want to be serious. We smile and we say, yeah, this really fucked up thing just happened to me today. We do it all the time. And I think it was a great session, an educational session, and I went up to him, introduced myself to both of them, and got a selfie with them and some other pictures as well. So yeah, that was a really highlight of my time there. And again, I really liked all of the things that I did at the conference. And so now we'll go back into some of the hotel stuff.
So this is after the sponsored dinner at the Rockfish Grill, and that was sponsored by an eating disorder treatment center called Monte Nido. And I don't know what happened, but they continued to fill up my wine glass. So plenty of free wine tonight and food. I am so stuffed, and just looking at these gorgeous palm trees that's what they do in Palm Springs. They wrap the lights around the stumps of the trees. So, and on the previous night, actually on Wednesday night, I had gone to a sponsored dinner by a treatment center called Eating Recovery Center. So I got a free meal there and plenty of wine as well. These people, they really treat me very well. I know I complain about a lot of, expense and everything, but it's true that I'm actually really privileged to be able to go to a hotel like this and be in a conference like this, and then also have people seek me out and buy me dinners and drinks and stuff. I do feel very grateful to be here, and I hope that comes across a little bit more clearly.
Oh, and look, here I go. Press my floor number. And it won't be long because it's only a floor up. So how you doing? Hope everybody's doing good. Here we go on to the 4th floor. All right. Yeah, and the cool thing is that if you just want to be on your floor and see the action, there it all is, baby. with the gondolas and the streams and all this stuff. So my room's over here, through these doors, and just down the hall a piece. You know, it's really quiet here. Actually, they say it's supposed to be a quiet zone. And there's where I get my ice. It's not the ice that, you know, collects the immigrants. It's the ice machine. So just get that straight. And thankfully I don't have to walk very far down the hall until I can stagger myself back into my room. Man, they really fed us good at that dinner tonight. But I'm gonna give you a hotel tour. Not a hotel tour. I guess I will give you a hotel tour. But this is my room, 4174. And you walk in the door. Oh, isn't it magical? You know, the thing is when I first got here, I was like, it was so dark. Well, I turned on some lights because I knew I was going to be making this video. And actually, I gotta put my chocolate bar down. Oh, and there's my credentials. Somebody actually at the dinner put my credentials on my placemat, which I was really happy to see because I earned those damn credentials. They didn't put it on my name badge for the conference, which I was highly upset about. Yeah, it's a little ego thing and I'm a little feisty right now, but okay. So there's the door. And you know what I'm gonna do? Privacy, please, even though I'm checking out tomorrow. I don't want no damn person coming in here. I actually had to get my checkout extended because I want to get as many classes in as I can. Always remember to latch your door. Oh, what's this? Automatic deadbolt. Turn to engage privacy. Oh, I didn't know that before. All right, well, this is not going to be a long tour, but I'm telling you, this bathroom is a very... Let me put my purse down. This bathroom is a very interesting sight. Because when I walked in here, I looked at the floors, I turned on the light. I didn't even know about this light, which is like the vanity light or whatever. Mood light. Anyway, for this tour, I will show you. When I came into this bathroom, I actually didn't need to use the toilet, so I didn't really give a care. I think I was probably dehydrated or something, but the one thing I noticed here was this huge tub. And so the first day I was here, or, you know, after the first night, I got into this damn tub. And I'm gonna do that probably tonight or tomorrow morning again. This is the greatest thing ever. And, you know, I mean, it's a standard whatever. But the thing that kind of pissed me off is this. Please enjoy these products during your stay. Should you enjoy any of our amenities enough to take home, a charge of $50 will be applied to your guest folio. Thank you. So, as you can see, nothing has been touched at all. I actually asked if I could, you know, use the bottled water that was there. I mean, they give you Kleenex. And a couple extra glasses in case you want to get all at it, which I might, you know, in the tub. And they cleaned my room today. I told them privacy please yesterday, and then they've got the robe. The robe. I have not put on the robe yet. Well, that's never good when you do that. Hey, let me hike my ass up here. There is the robe in its entirety. So, All right, so I knew that this was the shower here, and I figured, oh wow, this is a huge shower, man, because look at this. I'm gonna have to probably get in the tub to show it all to you. Yeah, I'm like, wow, this is like the hugest shower ever. Wow, this is great, right? Wow, nice, classy bathroom, bath mat, plenty of towels, all that stuff. Came in here. And then, like later on, when I had to actually go to the bathroom, like look at this. Where is the fucking toilet? Oh my God. I'm like, did they give me a room without a toilet? Like what the? And then I realized that this was the toilet. And the weird thing about it, and other people have talked to me about this too, is that these tiles on this floor are really weird. But mine were especially weird because it looks like there's shit stains on the floor. But it's actually part of the tile. Oh. And the reason I know it's part of the tile is because I actually tried to use my shoes to scrape whatever the fuck this was on it. I was like, no, it's part of the tile. This is the worst one. God. Anyway, so toilet found. I was happy. Really not much more to say except for the weird thing. I'll try and capture it on camera, but when you have this light on, your eyes have these circles in them and they make you look like a warlock or something like that. I think I might be part wizard. Yes. And maybe I'm casting a spell on you right now. All right. So there's the bathroom and the room. Not really much to say about anything. Closet-wise, you know, I got my clothes and I did find an extra blanket, which I was appreciative of. And got plenty of pillows. There's an iron here and an ironing board, which I of course can use because who cares about wrinkles. And but the room's pretty nice. I mean, they asked me if I wanted 2 queens or 1 king, and I said, I'll just take the king. Oh, that sounds pretty bad now that I think about it. Anyway, so there's the bed, and got a light. There's my book. Oh my goodness. I gotta credit my mom for this. Love, Lies, and Hocus Pocus. Wonderful book. I started reading it on the plane, and I am almost halfway through it. It's so good. It's very addicting. So I've been reading that in my spare time. But we got the standard. Oh, and this is the other thing too. I'm like, you know, you didn't give us a freaking, you don't give me a freaking refrigerator. Sorry, I'm slurring my words. They really filled me up with a lot of wine down there. There's the big TV that I have not even turned on. But, and then I was like storing some stuff in these drawers here. And I open this drawer. It's like, there's the fridge. The fridge is here. Ah, oh, so many possibilities and potentials. Yes. So, I have a fridge. And then, you know, we have this standard coffee maker. Well, I did ask at the desk if I could have the waters. So I wasn't sure if they're going to charge me for that either. So I've got 2 in the fridge and 3 in the pipe. I'm gonna be plenty hydrated. I'm gonna need it too after tonight. And so we got, let's see, did they refill my coffee? Because I did have the maid service come in today. They refilled my coffee. Oh. Well, I don't usually drink coffee, but I've been staying up late and there's a couch. Haven't sat on it yet. And a couple of things here. Let me just see how comfortable this couch is. Kind of stiff. I mean, I could probably fall asleep on it. I could probably fall asleep on anything right now, to be honest. It's been a day and a half. Or 2. Okay, back to the tour. So, we got this weird ass mirror. Okay, so here's a mirror where you see the lovely Tracy Canella. And then there's this other, like, I don't know if it's like amber kind of ugly mirror. That does me no good at all. So that's kind of a disappointment. God, I sound like a princess. And then there's the lovely Tracy again. Hi. See? Hi, I'm Tracy. I am a princess. We got the standard table, little chair, and a little, I guess it's a freaking ottoman. I don't know. I haven't used it. It's just sitting there. I like you. I mean, I'm glad that you're there for people who need you for whatever you need to be needed for. Okay, so this is where I've been spending a lot of my time, and I'm sorry that I don't have a night light out here. There's usually like a porch light or something, but this is the lanai, or the balcony, which leads out into this one hole of this miniature golf course. Many a story can be told about this golf course. In fact, last night at about, I want to say it was 9 o'clock, we still had people golfing on this putt-putt golf course. It's pretty awesome. And, you know, just the fact that there's so much really super cool landscaping here, just really made it worth my while. Oh, you can see the fire pit. And the sound of some sort of waterfall. Nothing kinky going on up there yet, but oh, somebody coughed. Oh, it's not COVID. But you know what? Anything can happen on a Friday night. So then I go back into my room here and I look at the table with the Palm Springs Life. Palm Springs Life. Is that freaking Bob Hope? Oh my God. How many Hollywood characters can you identify? It looks like Dean Martin, Bob Hope, Elvis Presley. Who's this dude? Is this Marilyn Monroe? There's Lucy. Is that Rock Hudson? I don't know. Anyway. So, let's see. Oh, I wanted to say, in closing, that there was a couple of books, the Book of Mormon and the Holy Bible. So they haven't given up yet on these books, at least not at the JW Marriott in Palm Desert, California. And there's my phone in case I need a medical emergency or I need help with a hangover. Just kidding. I'm not gonna be hungover. I ate way too much food tonight, so I'm gonna sleep like a baby in this bed. And I will catch you on the other side. Take good care. Thanks so much for enjoying my journey at Palm Desert, California. Good chaos, right? We do have good chaos in our worlds, and this is an example of that. We can go on trips and we can get things mixed up, and then we can come home and tell the funny stories of chaos. So thank you for joining me, and I will have another podcast interview out soon about mindful meditation, which I think we could all use in these times of chaos. So you take care until then, and I'll see you soon.
Thanks for listening to Calming the Chaos podcast. If you found this podcast interesting or helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. You can also go to www.calmingthechaospodcast.com to listen to all Calming the Chaos podcast episodes. I look forward to sharing my next podcast episode with you. In the meantime, take care.